Alright, sorry about the little brief break there. So, you guys were talking to Borin about Alexander. And he had responded with, "So, you guys saw Alexander?"
Yeah. Crazy thing happened. He wasn't. He's dead, but he wasn't as dead as he. That's not right. Basically, he wasn't where he was supposed to. That makes
Borin
sense.
starts to look very confused.
Given the totality of the situation, would Morgan pretty much have a grasp of what went down?
You would all know that you basically got yanked to a different plane of existence.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
But that would be about as much as you could gather.
Okay, so I'm going to be speculating on my ass when I say this. Morgan kind of... I'm pretty sure we saw him. It's like we were pulled out of our dreams somewhere where Alexander was. He had been trapped. He hadn't moved on from whatever incident happened when you were kids. And he told us about this big purple horned demon thing, and would I know anything about it?
Roll religion. At your mention of this, you see literally every ounce of color drain from Borin, and he drags you, like, doesn't say a word, just literally grabs Grum, grabs the person closest to him, which would probably be Novak, and starts just dragging you towards his house.
Whoa! Borin, what's going on?
I'm following as well.
We can't talk about this here. We need to go somewhere safe. Come with me.
All right. Following you.
Charisma just kind of looks around and, like, looking for danger because, he said that this wasn't safe.
You definitely are not getting any immediate sense of danger, but you can tell by his expression that this is not good. Morgan, you recognize a very almost dreamlike memory of something you read, something you heard. You're not quite sure, but you vaguely recall of a demon by the name of Asmodeus that matches that description.
Okay. How do you spell that? Okay.
So is he taking us to his house?
Yeah. So he drags you guys all inside, makes sure that everybody's in, kind of does like a double take out the sides of the doors, pulls the door closed, and starts kind of muttering under his breath, and stands there doing that for a couple of minutes, literally just sitting there muttering under his breath.
Hey, Borin, instead of muttering, will you mind enunciating for a minute?
He completely ignores you.
I put my hand on his shoulder.
He's still speaking, and you can kind of tell that he maybe acknowledged your hand on his shoulder. Morgan and Charisma both roll Arcana.
Whoo!
Oh, shit, yeah.
Charisma, you notice that this is very powerful protective magic that is being put up. Morgan, you know that this is way outside of the realm of anything that you could ever hope to do, but you've heard of this before, and you know that this incantation basically
Cody?
what?
Sorry to interrupt. Just got a message from Jake saying that the stream is not up.
Stream is not up. Thank you for the heads up. Bear with me just a second, guys. Tell him to refresh the channel because it is on mine. Yeah, everything is.
He said it came back.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, carry on.
You notice that the incantation that's being cast is essentially a very high concentration variant of a silence spell. Anything said inside of this house will not go outside of this house. And if you try to speak of it outside of this house, you will not be able to get the words to come out. It'll come out as gibberish.
Ooh. Who put it?
Fun.
It was Ocean who put his hand on Warren, right?
Yep.
That was
back.
Mike.
Oh, no,
No.
sorry.
I'm gonna kind of motion to him, like, give him a sec. You know, so he doesn't interrupt the spell casting.
Take my hand off.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to memorize these words, just for shits and
Roll an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Okay. Shit. 12.
You absolutely do not succeed.
Damn. I would have used that advantage.
No. You would have had to roll a nat 20.
Oh,
Could you imagine if you rolled 2 nat 20s?
You
oh my
did.
God.
Yep.
So, just a couple of moments later, the muttering stops and Borin starts to fall to the ground.
Charisma catches him.
Whoa, you okay?
Sorry, that always takes a little
Or
bit.
at least attempts to.
Yeah, and he's fairly light guy. You are able to stop him from hitting the floor easily enough. As he kind of gets caught and cradled by Charisma, kind of helping keep his balance, he wheezes a little bit. And, I'm sorry, guys. That always takes a lot out of me. I'm not as young as I used to be.
I'd imagine. Where did you learn a spell like that?
With age and experience, my friend. With age and experience. When you've been through the things that I've been through, you tend to pick a few tricks up along the way. And you can see he looks very dazed and almost dizzy at this point. He's barely... You can tell this definitely drained every ounce of strength he had left. Grum would likely be panicking and just shoving good berries in his face at this point. And it helps.
All right. Task at hand. Now that that's over with,
Sorry. Yeah. About 60. Oh, Lord, 60 some years ago. Um, me and Alexander were playing, and I had to go. It was dinner time, and on my way home, the skies went dark, and this monster appeared and just started slaughtering everyone. And I tried to run back. I tried to get my friend. I wanted to hide, but my dad grabbed me and threw me into this house and put up a protective barrier, and he hid me. And I tried to get out. I fought. I was young, but I finally was able to get out. And when I did, everyone was gone. Everyone was dead.
Like the whole town?
Pretty much. I was the only one left.
Sorry to hear that.
And
Okay, what was? Do you remember anything about this monster? You ever learn anything about him?
I have spent the rest of my life studying this thing, this creature.
Perfect. Let's hear what you got.
The only thing that comes to my mind would be Asmodeus, but what the hell he be doing here?
And you visibly see a shiver go down his spine. I guess I should tell you.
Yeah, probably.
There's a gateway to the 9 hells in this town.
Oh, shit. Why?
We don't know. It's always been here. It's under the fountain.
That doesn't sound fun.
When I was a kid, there was strong magics that were placed on that fountain to protect and prevent things from coming through. My father was the one that put the magics up, and he was getting very old, and the magics were weakening. And I can only imagine that that is what allowed him to get through.
So are you maintaining the magic now?
I am. But I'm getting old, and I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
So kill the Rat King, kill the Mother Beetle, kill the 9 demons?
Yeah, that's not gonna work. You have a plan in place here, Borin? You've got to have some kind of contingency thought process on what's going to happen next here. I mean, Jesus Christ, the gate to the 9 hells, we can't just let that be open.
If you kill the demons, it doesn't matter what's open.
Telling you right now, killing these guys is not as easy as you think.
Yeah, we're nowhere near.
I didn't say we're ready right now, but we can prepare.
Fair point.
This is the reason that I've put out for adventurers for so long. I'm waiting for one group that is strong enough to finally show up and maybe be able to close the gate, fight back the demons, something, to be able to try and save us all. To save my town.
Well, shit. Guess it might be us. Eventually. At some point in the future.
Could be.
I can
Okay.
hope so.
Let's assume it's us for just a second. What should be our next step here? What's the plan? Just get stronger? Train?
Learn.
Learn?
Learn everything that you can about Ascension, its people, its land. Learn everything that you can about yourselves. If you're going to do this as a group, you're going to need to learn to work together. You're going to need to learn everything that you can to have any hope. Knowledge is the biggest strength that you can possess in this fight.
I'm gonna turn to the group. This is a huge undertaking here. Are you guys willing to do this? I'm
think
thinking
we
I'm
have
gonna
to.
help. I mean, yeah, if that's the way you feel. I just, are you guys willing to stick with me here and do this?
Well, I'm not sure if we know who you are just yet.
Fair point.
Novak kind of like points to your hood, kind of seeing if you reveal yourself.
Ocean, at this point, you feel a warmth on your shoulder and a voice in the back of your mind. No one else hears this. Only Ocean. Now is the time.
Are you sure?
Do it. And then the warmth releases from your shoulder.
All right. If you say so. Ocean flips back his hood, and you can see his black hair sort of falls down. It's a little longer, coming down to about his shoulders. He's got very pale skin and these really blue eyes. I'm Ocean. I'm touched by the god, they would say.
Listener?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it's good to finally meet your acquaintance.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to meet you. Let's keep this sort of on the down low. When people know stuff about people like me, especially not great people, things don't go well, and it gets real messy real fast. And I think this town is going to see a lot of mess real soon. So, can I trust you guys here?
Morgan
Of
nodded.
course.
No. Okay.
Boring.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you ever been to Unseelie?
Me? No.
That would explain why you feel funny.
I feel funny.
You feel funny.
All right, that's weird, but that's topic for later. Boren, and I turn back to Boren.
And he is in a complete state of shock. He knows what you are, but he has never seen anything like you before. Like, physically never seen.
You okay, Boren? Kind of like wave my hand in front of his eyes. I'm still I'm not like that crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't think any of us have we?
Probably not.
I've probably heard of them, but not seen one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right.
At this particular juncture, Borin goes limp.
Oh shit!
And
You killed him! Oh my god, what kind of angel are you?
I didn't kill him. Hold on a second. It's not me. Jesus. And I'm not an angel. Let's get that one
Whatever.
straight. I'm not one of them. I shake Borin. Hey, old man. Please tell me you're not dead.
That's probably not helpful.
at that, Grum suddenly seems to be very big in front of you.
It was all him.
Knocks you away with one really big swipe of his left arm
Hit.
and cradles Borin in his arms, tears just streaming down his face, screaming at all of you to get out.
Is he breathing?
All right.
Get out!
All right. All right. All right. I put my hood back up and I just walk right out of the house. Hands up. All right.
Carrie is not gonna like back off like that. She's gonna kneel down next to Grum and put her hand gently on Boren's chest to see if he's still breathing. I'm just checking to make sure he's still alive.
He's sleeping! Leave him alone! And just shoves you with one massive half-orc arm.
Okay, that's fine. But could I tell if he was breathing or not?
He was. Very faintly, but he was breathing.
Okay. I'll go out
Morgan,
and let everybody else know he's breathing.
I told you I
Morgan.
didn't kill him.
Faintly breathing. Faintly.
My,
What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything, okay? If there's
Okay.
anyone to blame, it ain't me.
Morgan is going to back out of the house with everybody else, but he's going to have, in the commotion, Nicodemus kind of like fly up into the rafters, I'm assuming, or somewhere, and kind of hide and keep an eye on things.
Okay.
Yeah, Novak's gonna leave the house as well.
Okay. Nick easily finds a place that's kind of carved, like a hole in the side of the chimney that's not all the way through, but like a little nook, and kind of nestles into the chipped away bits of the chimney, and just
Okay.
kind of sits there.
All right, and I'll be outside with everybody else.
Okay.
All right, guys. So, that happened. Who I am, what I am. And we know what we have to do, right? Everybody's kind of got a good idea of what's going on. I'm thinking, yeah, we start training, we start learning, do what Boren says.
First thing we need to work on is taking care of this rat problem they have.
The first thing that we need to do, and Novak, back me up here if you will, is I've watched fights, I've watched the power plays, and we need to have some type of order in the ranks, and we need a spokesperson, as it will. We need someone to, if we can't agree, that gets to, be the final vote.
It does make sense. I do believe that.
It could be a democracy.
Oh yes, absolutely, it could be a democracy. I'm just saying, if we can't all agree, if if the votes are tied, or everybody's indifferent, someone needs to. You can't have too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And I think that as the I just think somebody needs to.
Sounds like you're about to what's the word I'm looking for here? Nominate somebody. Would that person happen to be a tiefling?
Oh no, I'm much more fun to argue and play devil's advocate. I have no desire to be in charge. However, I don't necessarily desire to be a follower either, so whatever. But I'm thinking someone more with a military mind.
Novak
Morgan
reaches
up for a second and then look right back down.
Novak reaches in his one of his pockets and pulls out his banner from when he was in the military. Not too long ago, I was lieutenant within the military. I do have experience.
There you have it. I nominate Novak.
Morgan kind of looks over at Charisma for a second. You're going to make your nomination before even knowing anything else about the rest of the troops. Really?
Do you have military experience?
Let me see. Hang on, let me pull up my character sheet so I get everything right.
Morgan, a computer appears before Morgan and he quickly types on it.
Google, am I militantly? Hey Siri, do I have military
And
background?
Charisma would be like totally freaking out right now at the computer that just appeared out of midair and saying, I still nominate Novak.
On that note, comedic side, that actually activated Siri on my phone and she said, "This is not about me, it's about you."
See?
You're
It's
right.
all about me.
Alright, Morgan, of course, kind of flicks the amulet around his neck and is like, for the past near 20 years, I've studied at the Citadel. He says the Citadel only as the like collective nickname for the place, and then corrects himself. The Citadel of Strategic Militancy, by the order of the Church of the Red Knight. I've been a companion at arms of the Order of the Red Falcon for almost half that time. Does anybody know? Oh, and this is out of character. Does anybody's character know about the Red Knight, or am I looking at blank faces?
Would we know about it, or
The best bet would likely fall on Ocean rolling a
Yeah, I probably
history
know
check?
who the Red Knight. Okay, history check. Yeah, I'm gonna guess I know.
You've heard of it, but you really don't know much about it.
So Morgan's looking at blank faces when he says Red Knight.
yeah?
Pretty much.
Basically,
So you learned how to do stuff, but you haven't actually done. And then Charisma turns back to Novak. Have you actually done?
I have done. I served with the Red Falcon, which was a military group.
Okay, so let's do this. Mr. Red Falcon Military Group, what have you done?
Morgan kind of shakes his head. Look, right now isn't the time for us to be sitting down trying to decide a de facto leader. Military leaders aren't chosen. They earn their positions through their merits. Just because somebody has rank doesn't mean they know what the hell to do. I've been in the military long enough to know that.
Okay, so what you're saying is, having been in many battles myself, I should be in charge. That's all I just heard.
Ocean just kind of like puts his hand up to his face.
I'm joining you in that face palm.
This is stupid, guys. Let's deal with
Agreed.
this later.
Agreed.
Please.
Agreed.
Who cares about the leader thing? Be a democracy for now.
Charisma holds her hand up. Me?
Well, looky there. 3 against 1. We go without a leader for now. Democracy wins.
Okay. When the time comes and there is no leader and the democracy falls apart, just remember, when I'm giving you orders, you're gonna listen.
Ocean just shakes.
And then Charisma
Whatever.
tosses her hair over the back of her head and flounces off to the inn.
Morgan
I
lets
rope
out a
myself
sigh.
into. What did you rope me into? Ocean just kind of like looks up. You goddamn bastard.
No response.
Court.
I don't know about you two, but I'm going to go find one of the city guard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. We got to start collecting information. So that's a good start.
And we are going to call it there.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I think that's good. Stopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone that caught the stream, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you. And I will have this all up on YouTube in the next couple of days.
Woot woot!
Have a wonderful evening. Any D&D that you play, enjoy. It is a pleasure to get a group of friends together and do this from a player perspective and DM perspective. Hopefully plenty more content to be coming, potentially lots of things on the table that can be added to this stream, this channel, D&D related, video game related. Feel free to keep following, checking us out. Streams will generally be from around 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. On the weekdays, and then obviously on Sundays, unless schedule changes, and we'll try to keep you guys posted. We'll be running from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and as always, stay classy.